Before we talk about battles or rulers, we need to understand why Osaka Castle is such an important place. For centuries, this site stood at the center of political struggle and military conflict. Long before the castle existed, this land was already significant. It was once home to Ishiyama Honkanji, a powerful fortified Buddhist temple that resisted samurai rule for decades. It was always a strategic location, a place worth fighting for, because whoever controlled Osaka, who controlled trade routes, military movement, and political influence across Western Japan. Osaka Castle was later built on top of this history. It inherited the rule of domination and authority. Many of the most famous stories of the Sengoku period and the early Edo period are connected to this site. Osaka Castle was not designed to symbolize harmony. It was designed to project power, to intimidate enemies, and to remind everyone who stood at the top of Japan. In 1583, Toyotomi Hideyoshi ordered the construction of Osaka Castle. It was built on the former site of Ishiyama Honkanji. Hideyoshi rose from humble origins to become the ruler of Japan. Osaka Castle was his statement. The main compound was completed in just 1.5 years. The castle featured gold-covered roof tiles and a massive main keep over 40 meters tall. The extensive use of gold was especially significant. Gold symbolized wealth, authority, and divine legitimacy. At the top of the main keep, golden shachihoko were placed on the roof. Those mythic creatures with the body of a fish and the head of a tiger were believed to protect buildings from fire, but they are also presented strength and absolute authority. At the first glance, the castle looks beautiful, but everything you see was designed to slow you down. The stone walls are steep, angled to make climbing almost impossible. This defensive design is known as Musha Gaeshi. Wide inner and outer moats surround the castle. Together, the stone walls and the moats turn Osaka Castle into a near impregnable fortress. The castle doesn't simply block enemies, it controls how they move. As you walk along the stone walls, some of these stones immediately stand out. They are massive. Some individual stones weigh over 100 tons, far larger than what would be necessary for basic defense. Those stones were not quiet here. Most of them were transported from distant regions across Western Japan, from islands and coastal areas hundreds of kilometers away. Moving stones of this size required enormous manpower, advanced logistics, and strict coordination, but more importantly, it required obedience. Each major lord was ordered to provide stones, labor, and resources. These walls were not built by one region, but by the entire country under command. Stones are not just a construction material, they are political statements. Each one represents submission to central power. In that sense, Osaka Castle was not only built with stone, it was built with authority. This is architecture as strategy. Now, from the water, you can understand something important. The moat is not just a barrier, it is distance. Distance between the ruler and the threat, between power and the commoners. From a boat, the stone walls feel even taller. The castle doesn't rise suddenly. It slowly overwhelms your field of vision. This is how Osaka Castle was meant to be seen. Not from above, but from below. Inside the castle, you will find armor, weapons, and stories of battles and victories. After Hideyoshi's death in 1598, his son Toyotomi Hideyori inherited Osaka Castle. Tensions soon grew between the Toyotomi clan and the Tokugawa clan. In 1614, Tokugawa Ieyasu launched the winter siege of Osaka. European cannons were used to bombard the castle. The Toyotomi clan was forced into a temporary truce. As a part of the agreement, the outer defenses and the moats were destroyed. This left Osaka Castle dangerously exposed. In 1615, Tokugawa Ieyasu attacked it again. In the summer siege of Osaka, the Toyotomi clan was completely defeated. An entire political era came to an end. Osaka Castle did not slowly decay. It ended violently. After taking control, the Tokugawa shogunate decided to rebuild Osaka Castle, but this was not a restoration, it was a replacement. Between 1620 and 1629, the Tokugawa government buried the original Toyotomi walls and moats under several meters of earth. New stone walls were built higher and stronger. The main cave was relocated to a higher position and redesigned. The new castle was meant to erase the memory of Toyotomi family and proclaim Tokugawa authority. Architecture here became a political weapon. The Tokugawa period main cave was later destroyed by lightning and fire. By the modern era, most of the castle had disappeared. In 1931, Osaka citizens funded the reconstruction of the main cave. The one you see now is built of reinforced concrete. Osaka Castle has been destroyed and rebuilt many times. Each version tells different stories, a story of ambition, of conflict, and of power. What we see today is not a single moment in history, but layers of memory built on top of one another. Osaka Castle is not just a monument, it is a record of who ruled Japan and how power was created, defended, and displayed.